For our review, we're going to start out with finding the missing exterior angle. So remember, exterior is on the outside. Angle HFX is this angle right here on the outside. And the shortcut to that is you are going to highlight or circle the two angles furthest away, and all you do is add them together. So 39 plus 26 is 65. So this angle right here is 65 degrees. Find angle JKX. JKX is on the outside of the triangle. It's an exterior angle. So we highlight the two angles furthest away. We add them together, 93 plus 44, and we get 137 degrees. This angle right here on the outside is 137 degrees. Find angle VUX. VUX on the outside. You're going to highlight the two angles furthest away. 53 plus 103 is 156 degrees. So this angle right here is 156 degrees. So that's for exterior angles. The area of a triangle is base times height cut in half. And the base and height have to be perpendicular to each other, which means they will create a right angle. So the base is 4, the height is 3, we cut it in half, we get 6 centimeters squared. Area is squared. Right here, area is base times height cut in half. The base is 8, the height is 6. So see how these form a right angle? And we're measuring between the top and the bottom, so that also makes sense. We're measuring the height of the top to the bottom, that is 6, then we cut it in half. We get 24 centimeters squared. Area is base times height cut in half. The base is 9. The height from the top of the triangle to the base is 4. We cut it in half. 18 centimeters squared. So in class, we did an activity with blocks, and you had a shape like this, and you had to fill it in with blocks to see how many fit. And we figured out that there would be 27 blocks that would fit into our shape. So if we have one stack of blocks, the volume would be 27 because we have those 27 cubes. So 1 times 27 is 27. If we were to stack a second layer, we would do 2 times 27, which would be 54. A third layer would be 3 times 27, which would be 81. And this might be a little bit trickier to see from just writing things down because like I said, we did it in person and we had the visual of it. But basically, what we found was to find the volume of a prison, you find the area of the base times the height. Area of the base times the height. And the area of the base is capital B, so it's capital B times H. Volume equals the area of the base, capital B, times the height. A prism is a solid object with 2 identical ends called bases, and in between are flat sides. So right here, we have these 2 triangles. Those are our 2 bases. They are parallel to each other and they are absolutely identical, and then all around it are flat sides. So a cylinder, for example, has 2 flat sides that are parallel, but these sides around it are not flat. This would not be a prism. Okay, so bases are parallel to each other. The shape of the ends give the prism its name. So the shape of the ends give it its name, so triangular prism. Okay, so we need to find the volume of our first shape. To do that, we are going to use our formula. Volume equals the area of the base times the height. My base is right here, and there's also another base above it. They're parallel, they're the exact same shape. That's how I know it's my base. The area of the base is 12 times 3. So the area of the base is 12 times 3. The height is 6. 12 times 3 times 6 is 216 inches cubed. Volume is cubed. X times x times x is x cubed. Inches times inches times inches is inches cubed. That's why volume is cubed. Okay, so to find the volume of a triangular prism, there's two ways to do it, but I am going to talk about the way that we're doing it here. So the area, or the volume, is the area of the base times the height. The base is the triangles. The bases are the triangles. They are the two shapes that are the exact same. They are parallel to each other. Okay, so we need to find the area of the base. The area of the triangle is base times height cut in half. So the area of the triangle is 24, which goes there, times the height. The height is how far between the two bases, and that's 14. So 24 times 14, and I will get 336 centimeters cubed. Okay, area of the base times the height. I will say another way to find the volume of a triangular prism is to do length times width times height, and then cut it in half, because it's a triangular prism. Triangles are half of a rectangular prism. So a rectangular prism is length times width times height. A triangular prism is length times width times height cut in half. So there's two ways that we can find the volume. Okay, volume is the area of the base times the height. My bases are these triangles right here. So the area is 6 times 6 cut in half, which is 18. So the area of the base is 18 times the height of 12 is 216 millimeters cubed. A cube is really easy. A cube is just length times width times height. Super simple. 5 times 5 times 5, or 5 cubed, which is 125 feet cubed. Okay, volume is the area of the base times the height. The area of the base is 14 times 7. The height is 8. So 14 times 7 times 8 is 784 inches cubed. Volume is the area of the base times the height. My base is the triangle, so the area of my base is going to be 3 times 3 cut in half times the height of 6. So 3 times 3 is 9, cut in half is 4.5. So 4.5 times 6 is 27 inches cubed. So the area of the base times the height. We have this house right here, and we want to find the area of the total house. So we're going to use the same formula. Volume is the area of the base times the height. The base has to be this side right here, because it has to have a second one parallel directly across from it. That's the exact same shape. So that's how I know that this is my base. So I'm going to draw the base right here. 6, 7, and right here is the total is 11 minus 7 is 4. Okay, so I drew the base and I labeled the dimensions, and now we're going to find the area of the base. So we got to break it up. 7 times 6 for the rectangle is 42, and then we need to find the area of the triangle, which is, let me label this, 4 and 6. Base times height cut in half, which is 12. So I found the area of the rectangle and the area of the triangle, and I'm going to add them. 42 plus 12 is 54, and that is going to be units squared. Okay, so I found the area of the base. Volume is area of the base times height. The area of the base was that 54. The height is the distance between the two bases, 8. 54 times 8, 432 units cubed. You could also break these shapes up to start with, and you could find the volume of the triangular prism and the volume of the rectangular prism and add them together. So there's different ways that you can solve this. Now we have a trapezoidal prism and our base. So you might be tempted to say it's this square on the bottom, but it's not, because this square on the bottom is 14 by 10 and the square on the top is 8 by something. So those are not the exact same shape. Our base is going to be this trapezoid, and there's a trapezoid in the back too. So our base is the trapezoid. Let's draw our trapezoid and let's label it. So we need to find the area of our base. The area of a trapezoid is base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2 times h. And the reason for this formula is the area of a rectangle is length or base times height, but I have two different bases, so I need to take the average. And the average is adding them together and dividing by 2, and then I times it by h. So base 1 is 8, base 2 is 14, cut in half. I'm finding the average, what's in the middle, times the height of 4. So 8 plus 14 divided by 2 times 4, and that is 44 centimeters squared. So that is the area of the base, the area of just the trapezoid. Volume is the area of the base times the height of the figure. The area of the base is 44. The height is the distance between the two bases, which is 10. 440 centimeters cubed.